are fighting hard to get birthright citizenship or automatic citizenship for the children of illegal aliens. And it's ridiculous. We're the only country that has it, and certainly the only country that has it to that extent.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. This is Clifton Raheem Bradley, and I want to tell somebody I have an exciting show coming up talking about Donald Trump. But we're going to get the views from a conservative, somebody that did not vote for President Donald Trump, and a Democrat. So we're going to have a liberal, we're going to have an independent, and we're going to have a Republican. And you know what? I want you to tune in and I want you to share this. It will be February the 15th, 12:30 p.m. That's lunchtime. That's Central Time, Chicago time. So you know what I would like for you to share this. It'll be a live stream broadcast. But you know what? I want you to participate by calling in or by leaving something in the chat room, and please make a donation at the PayPal account. It's at the below. If you don't want to make a donation, you know what? Buy something from our store. Shema Media Production has a store. Yes, it's in the description down at the bottom. Okay, so my telephone number is 312-884-9757. Again, we will be doing a live stream broadcast. Okay. February the 15th, at 12:30 p.m. That's Central Time in the United States in Chicago, and we want your participation. Okay. So if you want to be a guest, we can help you. You want me to do a podcast for you? We can do this. That's no problem. So, you know what? Share this. Just don't look at this. Share this and leave a comment. So this is Clifton Raheem Bradley, and I have an exciting show coming up, and you know what? It's just so much talk about President Donald Trump. Very, very, very interesting. And you know what? I thought that, because a request came to me, why don't you have people on that have totally different views? So you know what? I've invited a liberal on, a conservative, and a Republican. But unfortunately, you know what? The Republican could not come on to the show, could not come on because someone has made their transition, and I don't know if it's a family member or whatever, and you know what? I don't pry into that, but you know what? He had enough courtesy to let me know, brother, cannot come because you know what? I have something. I have someone that's taking a transition in, and I said, "Oh, okay, brother, it's no problem. I understand what you're saying because you know what? We all have things like that, tragedies that happen in our family, and you know what? Quite naturally, everybody handles death in a different way, and we all have to make that transition, no matter who we are. No matter who we are, we have to make that transition. So, what were the things that we will be covering? Okay, once my guests get here, we're starting out with President Donald Trump. He made all type of slogans. He said all type of things during the campaign, and he made over 100 of executive orders. And one question I have for the panelists is, do they think that President Donald Trump wants to make America great again? And if so, what does that mean? Okay. And we're going to tackle immigration. and sanctuary city. Okay, and we're going to tackle his executive orders that he has made mandatory that men will not be competing with women any longer in sports. And the last one, the other one is when we talk about immigration, there is a 14th Amendment. And the 14th Amendment stands for whereas if individuals whose parents came in to the United States of America, okay, and the lady was impregnated and had the child, okay, what happens is the child under the 14th Amendment would have the right to become a U.S. citizen. And we're going to tackle that because I believe that there's going to be some challenges in the court system in regards to that. There's going to be challenges, and it's going to be very interesting. It's very and some people say, man, what is going on, man? What is going on? People that don't live in the United States, what is going on? What is happening? What's going on? We don't understand. And what happened is the individuals that are supposed to come on, what we're gonna bring some clarification to that. I want to ask for the people out there, and you can call in at 312-884-9757. I'd like to ask you out there before the guests get here if you believe that President Donald Trump truly wants to make America great again. And what does that statement represent to you? What does that statement represent to you saying that he wants to make America great again? Is it to move the United States forward? Okay. Or is it to move the United States forward? Or is it to catapult it back in history? Okay. Back when they take away critical race theory, which we know now critical race theory is not taught in 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 schools. I'm talking about unless you want to be a lawyer or a doctor or something like that. It is taught. Okay. But that's something for my guests. Okay. And I'm sending him the link again. And does he want to move it forward? And do you happen to think that Elon Musk, who is the owner of Tesla, has too much influence over the president of the United States? You think that the oligarchs, but I happen to believe that the oligarchs have always controlled. Okay. And there he is. This is Brother Randy. Brother Randy is here. And okay, let him in. Okay, just 1 second. Randy. How? There we go.
Hold on, please. Hold on.
All right,
Hold on. Excuse me. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I hear a echo. Okay, no echo in the background. First of all, I have you know what? First of all, Assalamu alaikum.
One
And
Islam. Yes.
I have Brother Randy Evans, who is a researcher in Chicago. And he was trained by Steve Cokey, and he's always working in the community to try to bring clarification, make clarity in the community. I hear a lot of background.
Well, what can I tell you? This is the first time using the system, so um,
Now I don't hear anything.
excuse me. I'm at the event. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I was at it to plan. Excuse me. I was planning to attend the event, and so I'm outside. I'm not at home. I informed you that I would more likely be doing some work with a friend of mine whose mother has, uh, she has a certain form of Alzheimer's. Okay. You remember? So I mentioned it to you. So
Okay.
so that's the reason why. I mean, so I'm going to be moving around a little bit. So well, how long is I mean, in terms of I mean, good afternoon to your co-host, to your guests or whatever and stuff. So and let's see what we can do from here. Okay.
Oh, see, you're loud and clear. I just saw you. So he is, you know what? He is researching. What the subject matter we got going together is great. What Donald Trump have intentions on making America great again, and we're going to also cover the 14th Amendment. And with no further ado, brother Randy, I'd like to ask you. You are a researcher that was trained by Steve.
That is
Is there
correct.
anything you'd like to say about Steve Coakley before we started?
Well, I think and be brief. Brother Steve Coker was a tremendous researcher. I kind of consider him kind of my big brother. Steve had did a lot of tremendous work in informing our community about just social political phenomena, about different events that were going on, current and past. So,
Yes.
so I learned from Brother Steve. I started, interfacing with Steve when I was about 22, 23 years old. Years old now. I'm over 40 now. And Steve was excellent researcher who used to work for Alderman Marion Hughes, and then he ended up working for Alderman Eugene Sawyer, who then went on to be selected to be the mayor of the city of Chicago back in 1987.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and Steve was such a tremendous researcher that a lot of people felt threatened by him because he exposed the different power groups that control the city of Chicago as well as nationwide. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and there were certain people who tried to label him as anti-Semite and all stuff, which was a lie. Because he
Yes.
talked more about black folks, criticized black folks more than Jews, anybody else. So so that was just a racist trope that they used to try to stigmatize brothers and sisters who are critical of Jews. Jews are no different than any other group in white ethnic enclave or
I get.
collective, and we have to hold them accountable. So Jews do not get a pass, okay? And I don't care for whoever if they suffer from they got suffer from chosen people syndrome, then that's on them because they're not. We all chosen by the she he created. No particular
I
group
get.
has a monopoly on
I
that.
get it.
And I stop right there.
I get it on them. But I would like to ask you yourself, and I would like to know, knowing Steve Coakley days past, and you yourself, do you actually believe that President Donald Trump, when he uses the slogan "Make America Great Again," do you
Uh-huh.
actually believe he wants to make America great again? And do you think Steve Coakley and yourself believe with Steve Coakley, if he was alive, would he
Okay.
believe that? Do
Okay.
you believe? I do. We.
Okay. Well, no, I'm going to answer your question real quick. One, I cannot speak for Brother Steve Coakley because he passed away, April 11, 2012. But I think he may have been in agreement with me if I say that make this particular statement and stuff that what Donald Trump. Oh, I'm sorry, that was a Garvian slip. Um, what he meant was that he want to make America white again. It's about white power, about states' rights. It's now about making America great again. Because look at the recent executive orders. He is turned to many people who are allies and kind of neutral as relates to the United States, but now they are pissed off with the United States. So this is part of his strategy. Him and his opposite strategy is to govern by chaos. So he wants to make America white again and basically put white people in control. He will even want to pay white people some reparations before allegedly being somehow affected by negatively, adversely affected by the DEI program. They're crazy. You have to be out of your mind because
Well,
one. How can you talk about hold on for how can you talk about the DEI and legacy when you got the legacy programs that benefit most of females?
let me say something real quick to my
Sure,
audience.
sure.
What with audience, we are not, as some people might think, anti-Semitic. I hate white people. We're looking
No.
at the policies because I
Yeah.
understand YouTube has rules and regulations and
I
all this,
understand.
but
I understand
we're
that. I know you're making this disclaimer, and I understand your point.
okay.
I do.
Okay.
But the thing about that, there's nothing what I said. See, they try
Uh huh.
when Gus Savage challenged Andy Shaw on the show and said, "Show me where I said something against Jews that was negative, that you feel I show me." And when he went to the piece, there was nothing. There was zero. And Andy Shaw started swallowing his saliva. You can see his Adam's apple going up and down. Okay, that was over
Yeah,
30 years ago. So
yeah,
my thing with that said, I'm saying that my thing is this: any group can be criticized. And there's more information coming out about what's going on in so-called Middle East or West Asia and other stuff. So so with that said, brother, you're okay and everything like that. But I do understand why you're making a disclaimer. Okay, go ahead.
yeah. And do you feel that President Donald Trump is attempting to move the nation forward? Like,
No, he's
if
trying to move it backward. He's trying to go back to the bad old days and try to move the nation to the right. Because him and the other white supremacists, the neo-Nazi skinheads, people part of the alt-right and stuff like that, they want to bring back the bad old days. To them is good old days, the so-called happy days, right? The time where Negroes knew their place and stuff. So, and I'm opposed to any of that. And so we have to move forward. We got to challenge what's going on. And we got to stop tolerating a lot of nonsense. Black people taking on too much crap off a lot of people from other cultures. There's a lot of ethnic envy going on. There are groups that are jealous of black folks and stuff, what we have achieved, what we've done and stuff. And and you have certain people from other ethnic groups, not just whites, but I'm talking about those who are part of the sympathizers of who are want to be honorary Caucasian and stuff, who also are part of it, including a few of our own people like the Tim Scotts and the Byron Donalds and the Uncle Clarence Thomas and other people of that ilk.
okay, and they're attempting to move us back. But you know what? One quick question is, President Donald Trump made the statement about Project 2025 that he knew nothing whatsoever about it. He doesn't know what it's about. And can you expand on it?
Sure, could. Project 2025 basically is basically is a manual. It's a book that came out. As a matter of fact, it's from the Heritage Foundation, 1972-73. That was founded in 1972-73. Mandate for leadership. And what they want to do, they want to get rid of all the programs that would benefit black folks and working class people. They want to create a top and a bottom. They want, it's the elites. They want to, and if you read the book Global Squeeze by Richard Longworth, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to create a web of elites, and a managerial class that will rule the nation, right? It's kind of like what Carol Quigley talks about in his book, Tragedy and Hope, and in the Anglo-American establishment, where those who are part of the elites, you create this buffer group, right, to protect the inner circle. This is according to
Yes,
Carol Quigley, who was one of the professors of Bill Clinton, right,
yes.
at Georgetown University. So get the books, Tragedy and Hope, by Dr. Carol Quigley, and get the book also, as well as get the book by Holly Sklar, Elite Elite Planning for World Management, and Richard Longworth's book. He used to work he was a foreign correspondent with the Chicago Tribune years ago. He now with the Chicago Council on Global Affairs, which used to be the Chicago Council on Foreign Relations. I used to be a member myself of the Council on Foreign Relations. How about that?
Oh, wow. Got something in the chat room that says, "Hey man, I'm a big fan of this game. Add add me up on Discord and let's play together." Okay, I don't know what that really means, and I have to figure out what Discord is about anyway.
Hmm.
Thank you. And well, when we look at the presidential pardons that President Trump gave, do you
Hmm.
think that it was unworthy to give a pardon to the leader of the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers? Do you think that was
Hmm.
unworthy?
I think they wanted to respond to your question, if I understood it correctly. One, they should not have been pardoned. They should still be in prison right now. They need to be on trial for sedition. If they did this back in 1700s, they'd be hung, you know, and dealt with, dealt with really severely. I think it's really tragic that they're allowed to be released, and then they try to make it appear that what they did was not not illegal. What they did was illegal, and Trump too. Trump is the insurrectionist in chief, right? He's the one that helped stimulate that. He was the catalyst, right? And that's the reason why these morons, these imbeciles, went out there and attacked the White House January 2021. and they should be locked up right now. I would lock them up and throw the key into the Indian Ocean, okay, where they'll never find it, okay, because they had no business doing that or whatever. And these are the people that also tried. They weren't only just trying to get Nancy Pelosi. They were trying to get also on Michael Pence, the vice president. Okay,
Yeah.
they had ropes. They went and smeared fecal material all over the White House. Did you know that? Okay, okay, these people are insane. I wish I had some of my friends from the Navy SEALs and Green Beret. We go over there and whoop their behinds. We'd be waist deep in blood. Okay, whooping their tails and bodies. Okay, they need their behinds kicked, and Trump needs a foot up his rear end for doing what he did.
I
Okay,
got
okay.
it. Do you think that when President Donald Trump, when he was asked about the Proud Boys, he said, "I know nothing about the Proud Boys," but he made the statement, "The Proud Boys stand down and stand by." Do you think
Right.
he was wrong? Do you
He
think he was
knew who they were. He knew who were. He had dinner with them probably the night before. Okay, with the other Klansmen, neo-Nazi, they probably had big church's chicken, Kentucky Fried Chicken dinner. Okay, okay, with Negroes serving the dinner. So he knew who these clowns were. He knew them. Okay, Trump is a chronic, habitual, pathological liar. You think? See, people need to read certain books. There's a book called Plausible Denial by Mark Lane, which talks about in government it's okay to be to lie. And then read also David Wise's book, The Politics of Lying, right?
Mhm.
Okay? The Politics of Lying by David Wise, W-I-S-E. He co-authored a book with Thomas Rawls called The Invisible Government as well as the Espionage Establishment. Okay? These clowns know exactly what they're doing. And my problem I have is why people ain't gone up and put foot to butt to Trump and the little boy Vance. Okay, and also, and they need to deport. They need to deport Elon Musk and Melania Trump. They're naturalized citizens. They're not from here. And he talking about deporting people. These people should be on the first plane smoking, the first train smoking. Okay,
Are you su-
okay.
are you suggesting that his wife Melania is not here legally? Is that what you're saying?
She's illegal. Please, come on. She's a naturalized citizen. She was not born here in the United States. Go do the research. Just do the research. Just check it. Her and Eli Skunk. Okay. Eli Skunk
What?
is from white South African.
Okay,
Okay, he's a skunk. Okay.
okay. You know
Oh
what?
yeah, that's why I call him Tesla, the Tesla boy. Okay, the T boy.
I'm trying.
Okay, he's a punk. He's
Hey,
a whore. He's
just
a
say,
political whore.
brother, I'm trying to hold on to my channel, my brother.
I understand.
Trying to hold. I'm trying to
Okay,
hold on to my channel, brother.
but I mean, what can I say about about Elon Musk, all right, or Skunk? Is that he's a political midnight cowboy. He's a midnight cowboy. Okay, that's a male prostitute. Okay, for the power elite.
Okay.
Okay,
And
go check out the movie Midnight Cowboys if you know what. Okay, you see what I'm talking about.
let me tell everybody here. I'm trying to put out here. I'm trying to hold on to my YouTube channel. Please.
Okay, all right, okay, all right. Well, let's move on. It's okay. You'll be all right, my brother. You'll be all right. I'm gonna sell some bean pies and some final call newspapers for you and stuff. Keep you in business, brother. All right,
Okay.
all
Hey,
right.
yes,
I'll get
sir.
you. I'll get you some whiting fish and stuff like that. Sell us on the side. Okay. We have a whiting fish farm. How about that? Okay, we put together. Go ahead. I'm
Not
sorry.
So you know what? About my next question is about immigration. Do
Hmm.
you agree that Governor Abbott of Texas was right for sending people that came into his state to sanctuary cities? Do you agree with that? I disagree. Was he
I
right or wrong?
disagree with him. I disagree with him. He weaponized the immigrants, used them against us to try to split our community. They then try to blame the mayor here in the city of Chicago for this whole immigration incident. You have to see. My problem I have is that these people are biased. How can you ignore the fact that Gregory Abbott, the governor of Texas, sent these people? He started this even during the time when Mayor Lloyd Lightfoot was the mayor.
Mhm.
Okay, and but my thing is this: when the Ukrainians came to Chicago, they found housing for them. You didn't see the Ukrainians sleeping at the different police stations. So I went to 2 or 3 police stations and witnessed it myself.
Yes.
Right in one of 7800 South Halsted Street in Chicago, where I saw people from Central America.
Yeah.
South America, from Venezuela, right there at the police station, safe and across the street. And them police officers were very kind and very patient with them. But Gregory Abbott is a scumbag, just like Trump. They weaponize your work or use poor folks or whatever to achieve their goals and objectives and stuff, to try to divide the nation and also to protect the interests of the elites, the power structure. So Greg Abbott should have been sued. He should have been removed from office as governor for what he did, because he sent them to the cities that have sanctuary city policy. How are you gonna blame the mayor, particularly here in Chicago? The sanctuary city thing was in place under Mayor Harold Washington passed. You know why? Because of U.S. imperialism, U.S. fascism. Okay, went over to South and Central America and was destabilizing those different nation states, those different countries, interfering in the affairs of foreign governments back in the 70s. I remember it well. Okay, that's what Ollie North was doing. Okay, Auburn North, Fawn Hall, John Poindexter, Robert McFarland, and the list goes on. John Poindexter. Look at the Iron Contra Gate. What do you think that was about? An Iron Contra affair.
Hmm.
Okay, this was the United States going in. They were trying to use the Manuel Noriega, who the CIA and the DA trained and the Panamanian military trained, to go in and serve as the arrowhead to open up South America, Central America for them. And when Manuel Noriega refused to do it, that of John Poindexter told him, "You're gonna be sorry that you didn't agree, with us and support what we're trying to do." And he attacked Panama and killed over 5,000 black Panamanians when they invaded Panama over 30 years ago.
You know what, brother Randy? I sort of started out wrong, but I have a video of President Donald Trump, and I would like for you to comment on this after I play it. Okay?
Okay, I'll try to I'll try to
Right
hold
now,
myself.
day
Okay.
forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We'll be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer.
And brother Brother Randy, do you think that the United States was taken advantage of because that Joe Biden was an inept leader? Do you feel that? Do you feel that our country
No, do
or
not
not?
issue with. Excuse me. Even though I have issue with and whatever, but he's much more of he's a better leader than Donald Trump. Okay, Donald Trump ruined the economy when he took over in 2020 and stuff. Lost so many jobs, ridiculous. Responsible for over 600,000 deaths due to COVID, thanks to Donald Trump. Okay, so he don't talk about leadership and stuff, about misleadership and about incompetent leadership. He need to look in the mirror. Okay, him and the moron that he has with him, his little pet Vance. Okay, the vice president. Okay, because they're the ones that are incompetent, and they're the ones who have messed up the economy. And Joe Biden, because he was suffering from whether maybe Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or whatever, he may be early stages of dementia. Okay, so it's you can't how do you jump on that? The people jump on that about Joe Biden and question his competency when you look at Donald Trump, all the crazy stuff that he said over the years. I mean, it's ridiculous. I got tapes of Donald Trump making all kinds of stupid, asinine statements and stuff. Okay, and he's mentally, psychologically, and cognitively not all there. I know that for a fact because I have relatives that suffer from dementia. Okay, and suffer from Alzheimer's. And this guy appears to be suffering from Alzheimer's dementia. And they need to go. The people who support him need to go get they need to go get a checkup from the neck up.
Wow.
Okay, they need. I wish Dr. Carl Bell was alive. Okay, I wish Dr. Carl Bell. I would recommend his services to them because they are crazy. They're wacko.
Yeah. Let me say something to the listening audience. I see a lot of y'all listening. Unfortunately, the Republican that Scranton was supposed to come on, he had a death in his family. And Miss Tapia, I don't know what happened to her, you know,
Okay.
but I'm going to try to, reschedule and have all three because initially this show was designed to get three different
Point of view.
points of view. from
I
different.
I understand, and I'm willing to engage them. You know, when you have time, I have no problem. It's just that you have to set up a different system. I like to do the other system a little bit because it's much more easy for me to get in. Okay, but thanks to my brother Clyde, of the president of the UNIA, in which I recommend that all people, black folks, no white folks, okay, no white and Mexican, etc. Sorry, y'all, respect y'all, but this is the UNIA is only for people of African descent. Period. Okay, and no sambos need apply. I'm talking about the Tim Scotts and the Clarendon Downos, okay, and the Shelby Steels and all them other Negroes, okay, but only black.
You break it up. So he,
All right.
yeah, you're breaking up.
No, I'm saying, can
Yeah, you're slack. Up.
you hear
Yeah,
me
I can hear
now?
you now. Yes.
Okay, can you hear me? You and I, universal Negro, being
You know what? You might need to come out and come back. You might need to go out and come back in again because you're breaking up real bad. So, we're talking with Randy Evans, and what my intent was to have Miss Tapia come on of Latino Spirit, and also Republican strategist Jarvis Tavares. They have him on, but you know what? He had a funeral that he had to go to today. And most certainly, a podcast does not take precedence over a funeral because the loved one comes first to pay your respect. But initially, the show was set up where you could hear two, three different views. Okay. One from a Republican, one from a Democrat, and one from an independent. And it just did not work out that way. So we're waiting on Randy to come back, and he has said some very interesting things. And you're welcome to call in. You're welcome to call. You're welcome to call into the show. And you know what? Do you think that President Donald Trump is doing a great job? Do you think he's doing a great job? Do you think that Governor Abbott was wrong for sending immigrants to Chicago and New York and California? Were the immigrants sent to these sanctuary cities to destabilize these democratic cities? So, Brother Randy is back. Assalamu alaikum. Yes, Brother Randy is back. And
yeah,
okay, he's back. Thank you, brother.
sure.
So,
You're most welcome.
yeah, and Brother Randy, I would like to ask you, feel that immigrants were in the sanctuary cities like Chicago, New York, and California to intentionally destabilize the economy of Chicago, New York, and California.
No,
And why?
no, they're not going to stabilize the economy of no the immigrants are they add they I don't have any major I don't have really real problems with the immigrants. I don't. I have problems with white people who use immigrants and stuff like that and try to weaponize it, and other people who don't understand what the situation with the immigrants. Well, what about the Ukrainians? The Ukrainians, they were here. They're immigrants too. They were brought here several years ago, and thanks to, if I'm not mistaken, according to certain sources, they said Dick Durbin, the U.S. senator here in the state of Illinois, helped them to find housing, particularly in Brownsville and other places. So why is it that the immigrants are now you're gonna make an issue? The issue is white nationalists, people like Donald Trump. Okay, ain't no immigrant called me nigger. Okay, I bought a little bit from Muhammad Ali. Okay, it was people like Trump who look like Trump that disrespect the black people. So I have respect for the immigrants population. I sympathize and empathize with them. Okay, and so I have no problem. I have disdain for that white politician who tried to use the sister Omar or whatever, the congresswoman. talking about her and trying to say that she needs to be deported, that the country would be better without her. No, the country would be better without you, white boy. Okay? Don't be disrespecting that sister. I wish we can catch you and straighten that white boy out. But see, that's the kind of games that racist people like that play. Okay, because they think they can get away. They fool themselves now because they got this orange hair clown. Okay, this buffoon in office. Okay, he's not gonna be long. He ain't gonna last 2 or 3 years. Watch what's gonna happen.
Can we address? Can I ask you? Can we address the policies with not all the name calling? Please.
Well, hey, I mean, it is. Well, why is it that it's okay? See, my thing is this, brother. Why is it that they can cause name disrespect our community? My thing is we can be dignified, whatever. But I'm talking about I have disdain for people like that who disrespect our community and they're doing things. They may not be calling you nigga, right? But they're doing things to make a nigga out of you. They're changing public policies, right? They call public policy disenfranchise black folks like that nonsense with the Project 2025. That is their game plan, their game book, right? Okay, to try to roll back the gains that we worked so hard to try to achieve during the 1950s and 60s. It was because the Black Liberation Movement is the reason why we got what we got. Okay. Yeah. All right. And so when you got Donald Trump calling people stupid and calling people ugly, disrespecting Kamala Harris, questioning her ethnicity, talking about, well, I thought that she was Indian, now she black, and now come on now, really, enough, or we've been too nice to these people, really.
Well, can I tell you something? I'm trying to be nice because I'm trying to build this YouTube platform.
Sure, I understand.
I'm trying to.
Out of respect for you, then we'll do whatever. I'm going to address them in whatever. But I'm just telling you that they are what they are. I mean, a racist is a racist. A redneck is a redneck. So, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to lose my YouTube channel.
I don't want you to lose it either, brother. But I'll leave it right there. Okay, that's fine. So we'll leave it. No, I'm just saying. Well, here's where, if you notice, I'm making comments about the racists and stuff like that. The people who disrespect the black people. I'm not talking about all whites. I can tell you a number of decent white folks like a Reverend Michael Father Flager, Pastor Father Flager, white man, decent man. Okay, I'm talking about Michael Moore, the filmmaker who came with Fire Heart 9/11. Roger and Me, capitalism. Capitalism. Documentary about sicko, about the healthcare system and stuff. These are decent white folks, okay? Okay, I know the difference. Noam Chomsky, the professor of linguistics, okay? Sharp man, white man. So I mean, I'm quite clear about who. I'm not lumping them all together like people like Donald Trump does, okay? And people who are followers and supporters of Donald Trump. Okay, him and Robert Kennedy, who's a disgrace. He's a drug addict.
Wow.
It's documented. And you know who came from that? Came from Malcolm Nance. Malcolm Nance, who's an intelligence officer, was talking about him. Read all of Malcolm Nance's books. Okay. Hacking ISIS. The Plot to Destroy Democracy by Malcolm Nance. Okay, get all of his books. He's written at least about 11 books. Get all of Malcolm Nance's book, who was an analyst with MSNBC. They know about Donald Trump. They warned people about Donald Trump more 4, 5, 6 years ago, 10 years ago. And what do the people do? And these are white women. They need to really, many white women are the ones who are responsible for Donald Trump being in office. Because one, they criticize him, talking about he's a misogynist, he's a racist, all this stuff. But then they voted for him in 2016, 2020, and 2024. Okay? They know he's a criminal. 34 charges against him. Federal charges. He's a convicted criminal. And they voted for him. He filed bankruptcy nine times. Bankruptcy. Okay. He got lawsuits filed against him for discrimination because he wouldn't rent to black folks. Okay. This is back in the 70s, 80s. Okay, he then put out that ad talking about that these young men, the young teen, one was like 14, 15 years old, need to be killed. Okay,
Central Park.
Okay, the Central Park 5. He did that.
Let me tell somebody. He
been sued over 3,000 times. Donald Trump been sued over 3,000 times. Read David K. Johnson's book about Donald Trump. Okay, please. Give me a break. I mean, I'm fed up with people like him. He don't know. He really don't know. We've been very patient with him. Okay, but my patience is wearing thin with people like him. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
getting sick and tired of his foolishness. He's putting us. He represents a clear and present danger to the overall national interests of black folks and other people. He's full of crap.
Mhm.
Okay, okay. How about that?
Yeah. I would like that. Great point. And let me tell people, he's giving facts, okay, because he has done research. He knows that President Donald Trump put out a front page ad in the New York Times, I think, saying that these 5 men were accused of, I forgot what they was accused of.
They were accused of attack. They were accused of attacking this white woman in Central Park, attacking her. They did not do it.
And
And then also you need to read this book by Naomi Klein called "No Is Not Enough" by Naomi Klein, who wrote the book The Shock Doctrine, The Rise of Disaster Capitalism by Naomi Klein, who's from Canada. That this so-called president is trying to go in and annex Canada, make Canada part of the United States. Okay, he didn't just change the name of Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of what, America. Come on now.
Mhm.
I mean, how much cocaine has this guy been doing?
Yes. And you know, when we speak of President Donald Trump, can you explain how happened during the out of court settlement with the housing discrimination?
Okay, you're talking as far as the housing. Restate your question, please.
Okay, about he had an out of court settlement with
Hmm.
housing. He had apartment buildings that he did not want to rent to a certain segment of the
Hmm.
population, and he settled out of court. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, the thing about the reason why he reached a settlement is because one, he had to settle because one, he was guilty. So they rather not go all the way to trial because then he would have to pay more money. That's why. That's why people reached settlement. They said, "Oh wow, you better throw in the towel now because if you go in further, well, these people gonna be able to demand more money, and we'll get it." Because Trump is guilty. The man is guilty. You need to read Bob Woodward's books: Rage, Fear, Peril by Bob Woodward, Fear by Bob Woodward. Okay, Rage by Bob Woodward. Okay, and get the book, the Trump tapes,
Mhm.
the Trump tapes by Bob Woodward. Okay, he was one of the people that helped bring down Nixon back in 1970. Him and Carl Bernstein. We read All the President's Men by Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein.
Mhm.
Okay, you need more people like these people. These are two white men, good white men. All right, okay, investigating these clowns. These are muckrakers. These are the muckrakers of the 70s, 60s, and 70s. They would bring all kinds of stuff, exposing these people like Donald Trump. Yeah, these people are just disgusting. Okay, read the book by Drew Pearson and Jack Anderson. Okay, read the column, the Washington Merry-Go-Round by Jack Anderson and Drew Pearson. They exposed a lot of stuff that was going on. I mean, the same kind of stuff. Trump ain't no different than a lot of people. Joe McCarthy. Did you know that Trump was mentored by Roy Cohn, a attorney that represent the mafia? Okay, Roy Cohn. Go check out the movie The Apprentice.
Yes.
Donald Trump was trying to stop the movie from being released last year in 2022, 2023, 2024. It's called The Apprentice. Okay, where it talks about Roy Cohn, how he mentored Donald Trump, and how Roy Cohn was also worked for Joe McCarthy. He was part of those committees, the House Un-American Activities Committee. The same kind of stuff that they're trying to do to Mayor Brandon Johnson, who's a decent man, a good man, trying to do the right thing. They demand that he come to Washington to face these buffoons in Congress and the Senate who want to question him because they're trying to intimidate him. And Joe McCarthy was doing the same thing back in the 1950s with the House Un-American Activities Committee. Okay?
Mhm.
And Roy Cohn was a part of that and was also part of a group called committee called the Velvet Committee or the Lavender Committee, where they investigated the transgenders, the homosexuals in during the 1940s and 50s and 60s. Okay? Okay? Because of Joe McCarthy, that clown, that buffoon. Okay? Joe McCarthy. This is the new McCarthyism.
Wow.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So Donald Trump he's racked up so much stuff. I mean, just unbelievable. I'm trying to figure out why the people haven't gone in and put the handcuffs on him and the leg cuffs and take him out and put him in a padded cell.
Yes. Yes. And you know, when we talk about Donald Trump, there's a lot of people that do not understand Elon Musk, the owner and CEO of Tesla, gave Donald Trump a lot of campaign money. I would like to ask you is he wanted to get information from the Treasury on everybody's information and codes and passwords. Is Elon Musk, is he a danger to the United
Oh,
States of America? Does he want to help with the betterment of the United States of America?
oh, please come on now, brother. You know, Elon Musk is for Elon Musk. Okay, you know when he gave that Hitler salute just recently. You remember the Hitler salute? Okay,
Yes.
okay. You see what I'm saying? This guy is showing his true colors. That same mentality. Those are the ones responsible for apartheid in Tanzania, South Africa. The so-called Afrikaners. They were the Dutch, the Germans,
Hmm.
right? Okay. And then you had the you had the you remember you got remember, well, yeah, I'm not gonna go into the Boer Anglo War and stuff like that, okay? Yeah, when the British were fighting okay with the Dutch and several years ago. But look, you know, Elon Musk is representing the interests of the party. He has no business. He is not a government official.
Okay.
He's not, what is he doing to have access to that? The reason why he's able to do that because he gave Trump millions and millions of dollars. He bought that position.
Yes. It,
Okay?
is there a there are people that do not understand about mega data, and is there a
Mhm.
danger if he had access to
Yes, yes,
that
yes. As a matter of fact, Edward Snowden, the CIA NSA contract agent, exposed this back in 2013, 2014. If you think I'm kidding, go to the website, intercept.com. Glenn Greenwald website, intercept.com. Okay, where they talked about back in 2013, 2014, 2015, all this stuff, and we're going and we're exposing this metadata. They can create digitized forms of file, dossier, digitalized dossiers. Those means files on people.
Hmm.
Okay, where they know everything about you from A through Z. Okay, and that is dangerous. That's why they hated Philip Agee, the CIA case officer who wrote Inside the Company, the CIA Diary, who I met back in the 1990s at the Bill of Rights Foundation here in Chicago,
Yes.
while for Plymouth Court, right? Philip Agee, who wrote Inside the Company, the CIA Diary, exposing these people what they were doing back in the 70s, 74, 76. Okay, then he went on and founded the Covert Action Information Bulletin Group that published the magazine that had a section in it called Naming the Names, where you expose undercover operatives throughout the world, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then you had another magazine called Red Lobster in London
Red
that
Light.
was doing the same thing exposed with doing the same thing what Covert Action was doing. And then you had Counter Spy magazine that was doing it. Then you had the Public Eye magazine. That's Chip Boulay, Political Research Associates, the stuff that he was doing. He was a paralegal specialist and stuff, okay? So down getting back to Elon Musk, yes, he should be removed. He should be stripped of the position. Donald Trump gonna get tired of him. People already tired of him already. They thought that he would leave and go back to South Africa and be snorting some coconuts or something. You got grind up coconuts. Okay, but he won't go back. Okay, because the thing about it, their job is what they want to do. They want to destabilize government. They want to dismantle what they call the so-called administrative state or the deep state. That's a bunch of crap. That's some stuff that they took from the left. See, a fellow by the name of Peter Scott, the white man, Peter Scott, who wrote the book "The Politics of Escalation," as well as "The Death of JFK and Deep Politics" by Peter Scott, who's a former diplomat. Right? Peter Scott used to write about the deep state and deep politics. He Peter Scott talked about the so-called dark quadrant of parapolitics, the dark quadrant of suppressed relations. This is Peter Scott, one of the people was a part of the PhD dissertation team that was responsible for Dr. Cynthia McKinney, former congresswoman from Decatur, Georgia, getting her PhD. Right? Get Cynthia McKinney's book, The Illegal War on Libya, edited by Cynthia McKinney, and her other book, Ain't Nothing Like Freedom, but Cynthia McKinney. Right? Get her books, Cynthia McKinney, get all her books. Right? Okay, and then also her other book, how the U.S. created SHIT whole nations, whole countries, by Cynthia McKinney, right? Okay, so I have these books. Sister Zakia Muhammad gave me two of these books back in 2020, 2021.
Yeah. If,
Okay,
if this is,
okay,
you know what, this is true. You're saying that Elon Musk is a danger
yes,
because.
he is.
And my question to you is: you have people like Mr. Cook, who is in control of Apple, and Mr. Bezos,
Right.
and
Bezos,
you have
of
that
Amazon.
is
Amazon.
what
Hmm.
is the emergence of AI technology and robots
Hmm.
serving in their households by cooking and
Okay.
cleaning for them.
Let's start.
Is this a danger to the
Yes,
community?
it's the thing about a lot of misleading information. There's a book called The AI Snake Oil.
Okay.
You need look up the book. Just check out the book. See, when I throw these books out, I'm not just making up stuff. I give you. You go to the Nation magazine and get these. I mean, it's written in there. You can go to the Progressive magazine. These books are mentioned in these publications. You go to in these Times magazine, right? That's one of the senior associates, former senior associate, Celine Mokil, who does a show on Saturdays on WBON 1690 AM from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. every Saturday. Look for Brother Celine Mokil. Okay,
I'm waiting to
they
get.
they
I'm
they've
waiting
been.
to say something
They've
real.
been exposed. I'm sorry.
I'm
Go
waiting
ahead.
to get. I'm waiting to get on the show. I've been waiting for
Yeah,
like.
we're gonna. I'm gonna work out something with Brother Salim and try to. I'm gonna mention you if I get in today. I'm gonna mention you and try to get you on the show. But the book is called AI Snake Oil. Go out and get it. Order the book and go whatever. Don't try to avoid Amazon. Try to go to local bookstores, Barnes and Noble, some other bookstore. But go to get that book AI Snake Oil. Okay, it's a game. You also notice that they talking about AI, artificial intelligence, but they're not talking about ML, machine learning. I want y'all to do the research on ML, machine learning. Okay? This whole thing about the AI, it's okay as a tool, but you got to be careful with the stuff because you can create a situation. It'd be just like the Terminator. You remember the film with Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'll be back, right? The
Yeah.
Terminator. That is real.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, and then RoboCop, right? You remember the film RoboCop, the
Yes.
first one. So
Yes.
we have to be careful in terms of technology. The technology should be used to empower people, and it should be used to try to help the community and try to educate and inform people, not as a weapon against people like these people use. That's why it was Snowden. It was so dangerous because he's on the run like Philip Agee. Read the book On the Run by Philip Agee, right? Okay, and Whitewash, White Out by Philip Agee, the CIA case officer. See,
Yeah.
I'm giving you all this stuff because I want y'all to have it. And also read the book Dirty Works 1, the CIA in Western Europe, edited by the Covert Action Information Bulletin Group and Lewis Wolf, okay, who was one of the co-founders of Covert Action Information Bulletin, Lewis Wolf, WOLF,
Yes.
okay. I met these people in the 1990s, okay, at DePaul University, and where they were having discussions about covert operation, covert intervention and stuff, okay, at DePaul University over 30 years ago, 32 years ago.
Okay. Let me give people a recap. You're looking at the Underground Railroad podcast, and I have brother Randy Evans, who was trained and learned from Steve Coakley, and we're talking about President Donald Trump in the United States of America. And you're free to call in. So you got a lot of
Sure.
people listening, and
Sure, that'd be great. I'm
and
I'm 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 amenable to receiving calls and anything like that and stuff because I want I believe in trying to help people and anything like that. Even those who they may disagree with me. I want people to agree with me because you agree with me 100% of the time. There's something wrong. Okay, I'm serious. I mean, I need to go get my head checked if somebody's agreeing with me, and they need to. I don't want them me. For no disrespect to other people. Me, I'm just saying if you agree with me, because sometimes I'm not right, but I know I try to do the research because I try to find out what I don't know, right, and let people know and share information with people because that's what it's about. It's about empowering people and franchising people and stuff. Those who really trying to make a difference, and unlike the people who are trying to in a so-called White House, right? They're trying to roll back things. They're trying to destroy the system because what they want to do. And there's a book you need to read called Ungoverning, right? It's by these two authors. A new book just came out last year. It's called Ungoverning, and it talks about the dismantling of the administrative state, the so-called deep state, right? And these type of discussions about the deep state and all this other stuff have taken place at the guess where the Chicago Council on Foreign Relations, Chicago Council on Global Affairs. So I was there. So I know about it. See, this is a bunch of crap that they put in. I got the books. I got one or two of the novels. They talk about the so-called deep state. It's these right-wing crackpots and neo-Nazi skinhead and the people part of the Christian Identity Group and white supremacist organizations and the alt-right. They want to overthrow the government, right? And they want and they want to impose states' rights on people. They want to go back to the bad old days, right? Where where white folks on top and then black folks and other people who are non-European on the bottom.
I understand what you're saying. And you know what? And you know what? Do you happen to think, brother Randy, that there would be a great danger by having all of these humanoids or robots in a society that at some point it will develop a conscious in the
I
future
agree. Well,
saying,
well,
why am I serving something that is
well, I just mentioned to you about the Terminator film. You need to check out Will Smith's film I, Robot.
okay,
Just look at I, Robot.
okay,
I mean, look what happened. You got to be very careful about that kind of stuff because, and that's the reason why I'm funny about the technology. I'm not, I like to learn about technology, but it's just a gimmick, it's just a gadget. You know what I'm saying? It's an extension of you. You don't let the technology get control of you. You control the technology. It's only, and my thing is this. I believe in learning how to master stuff like that because I leave that to my daughter. My daughter's a genius. My daughter Kai is a genius. You
yes,
know, and my little two granddaughters, Zoe and Sarai and Zoe, they're 6 years old. They're geniuses. And we have a lot of brothers and sisters
yo,
where we got
camera,
family.
so we can see your head. Go ahead.
Huh?
Okay, now I can see you. Go ahead.
Oh no, I said my daughter Kai, is a genius, and I said my two children, Sarai and Zoe. Zoe and Sarai, the twins. They're geniuses. They're very smart. They know all the technology and stuff. They're very, very smart. And you have a lot of them out here in the community, various communities that are like that. You know, So my thing is this: we need to learn about the technology massive. We cannot allow because I remember what they did in the Terminator series, where one of the films where they showed where the brother was the one responsible for creating the technology. See, they put it on the brother,
Yes,
right, to make it appear like and he killed him. He ended up getting killed, right?
yes,
Okay, in there, you know what I'm talking about? The one who was in the of the brother the black person from another planet, brother from another planet. Do you ever see that movie, Brother from Another Planet? Joe,
yes.
there was the guy Moore. That's who they had playing. He was in in the Terminator, one of the Terminator films. Okay,
Mhm.
but the sister was the one who put together, created the wrote about the Terminator. She came up with the idea for the Terminator as well as the Matrix.
Tell my Miss
She sued them.
Stewart, I had
Right,
yeah.
right. She sued them. Okay, they owe her billions of dollars.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about millions. I'm talking about billions.
Hmm. Yeah. I had
Okay.
her name is Stewart. I forgot her first name, but I did an interview with her. Brother,
Yeah. Well,
brother, brother,
yeah.
I got two videos I would like for you to look at and comment on.
Okay. Okay, but I want to ask you what time are we looking at because we didn't. How long is this?
Maybe 5 more minutes, okay? I want you to okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
That the company will come into the United States and build a factory in the United States so it doesn't have to pay the tariff. That will the
Okay.
tariff, the more likely it is that the company
I,
will come into the United States and build a factory in the United States so it doesn't have to pay the tariff. That will
Do you think
okay.
do you think the tariffs do you think the tariffs are good and
No.
and they will they will force, like for example, he put tariffs on Canada because of
He
the fentanyl
he put he put tariffs on China, and China said, okay, well, you put tariffs on us, we're gonna put tariffs on you all. Okay. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, you're antagonizing people. See, Trump is a bully. Really, you cannot bully and try to intimidate people and stuff, make them do what you want them to do. Okay, he is abusing power. Okay, he is abusing the power they have. Okay, and that people see they need to read Stanley Cutler's book, The Abuse of Power by Stanley Cutler, Kutler, and also The Wars of Watergate by Stanley Cutler. This was recommended to me by a CIA estimates officer by the name of David McMichael, who was a counterinsurgency specialist. He recommended these books to me, David McMichael, particularly the book The Wars of Watergate
hmm
by Stanley Cutler, Kutler.
okay. And
Okay, those terrorists are not you don't weaponize the terrorists and stuff like that. Especially when you got GATT, right? The General Agreements on Trades and Tariffs, and then you got all these different entities and stuff like that. What they're gonna do, they're gonna destroy the economy, right, by doing that, and then you're going to create chaos and stuff like that, and mayhem, right? By imposing those types of tariffs on these countries and stuff. And then you're gonna antagonize even people who are empathize and sympathize with you. Now you piss them off. Okay, so whatever products and services that they're gonna provide, they'll say, okay, now you did it to the other. Why should we, okay, send our goods to you or whatever? So who's gonna suffer? See, Donald Trump think that he's going to be protected and gonna be insulated from all this stuff. He's not. Okay,
I got a
okay,
my follow up question is if the tariffs are no good, why is it that Mexico, rather than had the tariffs on them, put 10,000 people on the border to
Well, you
there?
know why?
What is
Because he intimidated them. He threatened to do whatever. You got to know the history of the United States, what they did in Mexico back in the 1800s, man. It's unbelievable. The U.S. has been a bully for so many years. The U.S. I'm surprised. I'm not gonna wish anything because we here. But they need to go to wherever those people that are doing stuff like Trump and everything need to deal with them, because there's no way that they should be doing this to these working class people. You got poor people all over the planet suffering because of people like not only just the United States, but also Israel, the stuff that they're doing. I mean, enough already. I mean, people gonna get tired and then that's it.
yeah?
And there's gonna be some stuff that's gonna happen. A lot of innocent people are getting hurt because of people like Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu or Nazi Yahoo.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. I don't even play.
Okay, well, fine. It's
But
okay.
my question is, if the tariffs are no good, why did Mexico capitulate, and why did
I just told you. I just explained that. I don't understand. I mean, I just told you he did that to weaponize it, to use them to intimidate people,
what
to
I'm saying?
get them to bully them to do what he wants. He trying to send people over there. They say no, we don't want to be. Then he said, well, if you don't do it, we're gonna impose these tariffs on you, right?
Well,
And then he said, and you see what I'm saying? So you're not able to sell your goods and services to the United States.
well,
You got to look at the GNP and the GDP. Go and look at the CIA's World Fact Book. See the CIA's handbook on dealing with the world, and it's on the world economy, and the CIA's World Fat Fact Book. Fat Book. Okay, and you know what they're doing. Then you need to look at people gross national product and gross domestic product, and you see what's going on.
I
They
get.
good how they what services and stuff they offer and stuff like that, and which countries they do trade and business with. Then you see what I'm talking about. Okay.
I
You
guess.
also need to also read Ronald Watkins' book, Doing Business in Africa.
Yeah.
He's got excellent information about that. Okay. Doing
The
Business in Africa about Ronald Watkins, Watkins, who died
only
some
thing,
years ago.
all I'm saying is that the tariff worked. It made
Hey, no, work in what way? If somebody bully you, you see now you alienated people. Now you antagonize them. Now you did whatever. So my thing that it's not gonna end well for the United States, especially when you got this guy who's supposed to be the president, doing what he's doing, and then he got his operatives out here, people from his cabinet doing all this stuff. I'm telling you, it's gonna backfire, and who's gonna suffer? It's us people like us is going to suffer. Come on now, let's come on. I
mm,
mean, the truth is the truth. Okay. I mean, as they used to say in the church, tell the truth and shame the devil.
I was just stating well, I was just stating that tariffs had to have worked because they capitulated and
I
put.
I know that's wrong. I told you again. Why I have to? I mean, I just told you he weaponized the terror. He was not supposed to do that. Period.
Yeah,
There were other things he could have done when he could negotiate and talk to them and stuff. There are other means. He didn't have to do that.
I agree.
He's the Trump had been him. You need to read the Mary Trump, his niece's book, two books that she has about Trump. Okay, and also Fred Trump Jr.'s book, All in the Family. Get Fred Trump's, a white man now, Fred Trump Jr. Okay, All in the Family. Read his book. Just came out less than 2 years ago.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
enough already.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, so it's 1:33. So
Okay.
I'm sorry.
And brother, I know you got to go. You know what, brother? Do you have any closing statements that you would like to make? It? I would like to have brother
Yeah.
Stream on to do.
Okay.
I would
But
love.
oh, okay, hold on. Wait, I'm sorry, brother. Just reach out to Brother Salim. I have his number. We can reach out to Salim Woolkill. Salim Woolkill does a show on Saturdays from 7 to 10 p.m. on WVON 1690. And you can go to iHeartRadio and get his information, get the show. iHeartRadio, okay? But also, you got also Bruce Montgomery, who does an excellent show from 2 to 3 or 2:33 p.m. on WVON 1690 AM WVON. But also, I recommend that the people come out and join the UNIA and black organizations. But the UNIA and Brother Clyde Banks is the president of the UNIA, okay, here in Chicago. And I want the brothers and sisters to join the UNIA during Black History Month and afterwards, so we can work together and build and help our people to become self-sufficient, self-reliant, and not be dependent on people who look like Donald Trump, okay, and that brownish, orange-haired skunk, okay.
I
Okay.
like say, listen to Brother Salim Muakil, but between me and you, I've had him on my show 3 times, and he's never extended
Oh,
invitation.
I'm sure
If,
I'm sure reciprocate. I can talk to him. He's a good brother, just like yourself, brother. Brother Raheem.
okay,
He's a good brother. He is. When I said I know Brother Salim since 1987,
yeah,
for almost 40 years, he is a good brother. He's
that's
an excellent researcher. Grew up on the East Coast, was active with the Black Student Union, the Black Panther Party.
good.
He's a good brother. He was a student of John G. Jackson. He studied at Rutgers University. Okay,
I'm
he's a
more.
good brother.
I
He
guess
taught. He,
I'm more
uh-huh.
than willing. I'm more than willing to network, but it has to be a symbiotic relationship. And
I do. I concur. I agree, and he's willing to do it. So we'll try to make it happen. Okay, good brother.
okay, you have any contact information that you want to give to the people?
Well, if you want, I mean, I can share my number and everything like that. But my thing is that is only for those who are serious about trying to help the community and the stuff. I if there any negative or crank calls, I'll deal with whatever. But I'm looking for people who seeking information who also want to support you. I want other brothers and sisters to support Brother Clifford Bradley, Brother Clifford Raheem Bradley, Underground Railroad. Send your money and contributions to the Underground Railroad in care of Clifford Bradley, Brother Clifford Bradley, Brother Raheem, to support him. The brother send you 5, 10, 50, 20, 25, $100, $1,000, whatever, to keep this brother show on the air and keep him going. So, Brother Clifford Bradley, and also support the UNIA president, President Clyde Banks, and Brother Shaka Barak. Okay, and join the UNIA garbage organization. Okay, the UNIA ACL African Community League. Okay.
Okay. But I want to, you know
And,
what? I'm gonna.
and and you can reach me at 312-339-5886. 312-339-5886. It's just for those who for listening audience, okay, for the others and stuff, okay, who interested in find out more. And also join in Cobra, or the reparation group in Cobra. So join the UNIA and in Cobra. Maybe have a special. You join the UNIA and Cobra, whatever this month, you probably get maybe a deal or something. We'll try to work out something for you all, okay? In terms of membership. So get both memberships. I want you to focus because I'm part of UNIA. So UNIA and whatever, and then you can join in Cobra afterwards, the reparation group. They're out there fighting. Unlike a few of these other groups like ADOS and all of them. Okay?
Yes, sir. So you know what? So for people that are listening, please at the bottom in the description, I will have this information in. You can send something to my PayPal account, or I have a store where you can buy a T-shirt. You can buy
Okay,
a
that'd be
cup.
great. Yeah,
So
now you're a big Negro now, huh? You doing just
oh,
like a sister Karen Hunter and Dr. Greg Carr. In class with Carr. Check out In Class with Carr. We will grow with I know brother Dr. Greg Carr. He's a good brother. Brother Kamate Carr and sister Karen Hunter. She's a warrior. Support that sister too, Karen Hunter and Greg Carr.
now you see why I'm being careful about my platform.
Well, I understand, but you're a good brother. You'll be all right.
Yes, sir.
You'll
So
be all right. You're a good brother. You're good people. Always come. You'll be like a phoenix. You're gonna rise from the ashes, brother.
praises due to Allah. And you know what? And don't forget to watch the Underground Railroad every Saturday night at
Yeah.
10:30 on Comcast Television at 10:30 p.m. Central Time. And it's said to be on YouTube. And you can go to what's that CAN TV's website and hit channel 19
Hmm.
at 10:30
Hmm.
p.m. So you can see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And,
saying?
and 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 Clifford's gonna buy you a free. You get a free bean pie and a final call newspaper. Okay. Compliments of Brother Raheem, Brother Clifford Bradley. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with you, brother. All right, let me get out of here.
All right, brother. Thank you. Jazakallah means thank you, brother, and assalamu
Yeah.
alaikum. Okay.
Wa alaikum salam, good brother. Keep up the good work.
All
All
right.
right, peace.
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 So,
Hmm.
you know, support Brother Randy. And you know what? I encourage you to have him on your show. You know what? Because he has a wealth of knowledge. And I'm pretty sure he will be. And once he gives me the authorization, I will put his telephone number in the description and all of his contact information. So you're looking at the Underground Railroad podcast, and I'm going to attempt to come on Saturdays at 12:30 p.m. But if don't come on, you know what? You can see over 1,000 videos that I had produced. And you can see Brother Randy again talking about bricks and how that's going to have bricks are talking about money and gold and how that's going to have an effect on the community. And listen to Brother Salim Muakil, and he comes on iHeartRadio WVON at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. in Chicago Central Time. So get plugged, because you know what, I often believe in networking, and you know what, you cannot live in this world by yourself. And like I say, if it's Allah's will, I will be back on at 12:30 p.m. lunchtime Central Time in Chicago. And like I say, even if I don't come on, there are plenty of shows videos that I have on YouTube and other social media platforms. And please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, give us a thumbs down, give us a comment, our constructive criticism. This is how we grow. And go below, it's PayPal link. If you want to give something, if you can't give nothing, give us a prayer. We appreciate that. I'll buy something from our store. Shave My Media Production store. So goodbye from the United States of America, and assalamu alaikum, which means peace and blessings be upon you. And I mention both Jesus and Muhammad's names because they were both messages of truth and reality. You're looking at the Underground Railroad podcast. Share this broadcast.